Hey, Vikings Nation, what's good? The 2025 NFL season is knocking, and our Minnesota Vikings are in the thick of roster chaos as the 53-man cut deadline looms. Buckle up, because today we're diving into the juiciest rumors swirling around our squad. Reunions that could shake up US Bank Stadium, from whispers of familiar faces like KJ Osborne and Cam Akers to potential defensive boosts. We've got 15 scenes packed with drama, stats, and that purple pride we live for. Could these moves be the spark our Vikings need? Let's find out. Hit that play button and let's roll. The roster cut deadline is always a roller coaster. And for Vikings fans, it's like waiting for the next big skull chant. With only hours left until teams lock in their 53-man rosters, the Vikings are making waves, and the rumor mill is buzzing louder than a sold-out crowd. Reports from CBSSports.com suggest Minnesota's eyeing some nostalgic reunions to bolster the roster. Why does familiarity matter? It's like bringing back an old friend who knows the playbook inside out. Less time learning, more time balling. So what's the big tease? Picture this. A former Viking, a fan favorite who carved up defenses in purple, potentially strolling back into Egan. We're talking names that could reignite that Minnesota magic. But will GM Kwesi Adofo-Mensah pull the trigger? Or are we just chasing ghosts of seasons past? Let's break it down, scene by scene, and see who might be suiting up for the Vikings in 2025. Skol. Baby. Let's get into it. First up, let's talk about the wide receiver room. It's been a hot topic all offseason. With Jordan Addison's suspension and Jalen Nailor nursing a hand injury, the Vikings are desperate for depth behind Justin Jefferson. According to SI.com, Minnesota's been sniffing around for veteran help, and one name keeps popping up: KJ Osborne. This guy was a reliable weapon in Kevin O'Connell's offense, racking up 48 catches for 540 yards and 3 touchdowns in 2023. Can you imagine him sliding back into that number 3 role? Osborne's release from the Washington Commanders, as reported by ESPN's Adam Schefter, is a golden opportunity. He's a free agent, no waivers needed, and he knows O'Connell's system like the back of his hand. In 2022, he hauled in 60 passes for 650 yards and 5 scores. Numbers that scream plug and play. But here's the question. Does Osborne still have that spark? Or is he a nostalgia pick that won't move the needle? Drop your thoughts in the comments, Vikings fans. The plot thickens. Could Osborne be the fallback if the Adam Thielen reunion falls through? NFL Network's Tom Pelissero reports that talks with Carolina for Thielen are stalled. Too much distance on trade terms. Bringing back Osborne would be a cheaper, low-risk move, but is it enough to keep our passing attack elite? Let's keep an eye on Vikings.com for any last-minute moves before the deadline. Now, let's switch gears to the running back situation. Cam Akers' name is floating around after the Saints cut him loose, per NFL.com. This guy was a Viking last year, rushing for 138 yards and a touchdown in limited action before injuries derailed him. Houston's in a bind with Joe Mixon out for at least 4 games, but could Minnesota swoop in for a reunion? Akers knows the system, and his sure hands and blocking skills could make him a dark horse for the number 3 spot. Here's the deal, our RB room is a question mark. SI.com notes that Xavier Scott and Ty Chandler are battling for that third-string role, but Scott's ankle injury might open the door. Akers, with 1,443 career rushing yards across 4 seasons, brings experience and grit. Would you rather see him back in purple or stick with the young guns? Hit the comments and let's debate. The suspense is real. Could Akers be the missing piece to stabilize our backfield? With Aaron Jones and Alexander Mattison leading the charge, a reliable third option could be clutch. Keep refreshing Vikings Wire for updates, because Kwesi's not done dealing yet. On the defensive side, the cornerback position is screaming for help. Byron Murphy Jr. and Isaiah Rodgers are locked in, but Jeff Okudah as CB3 feels like a gamble, per SI.com. Enter Mike Hilton, recently cut by the Miami Dolphins. This guy spent 4 seasons with the Bengals, including a Super Bowl run in 2021, and at 31, he's still a scrappy slot defender with 10 career interceptions. Hilton's versatility near the line of scrimmage fits Brian Flores' aggressive scheme like a glove. PurplePTSD.com called him a perfect fit for Flores' blitz-heavy defense, and I'm hyped just thinking about it. But here's the catch. Can a 31-year-old corner still hang in coverage? Or is this a risky bet? What do you think, Vikings Nation? The rumor mill's buzzing, but nothing's set in stone. If Hilton lands in Minnesota, he could be the veteran presence our secondary needs. Check Vikings.com for any breaking news on this front, because Flores loves his playmakers, and Hilton might just be the guy. Let's talk safety. Another spot where reunion rumors are heating up. Marcus Epps, cut by the Patriots, is a name to watch per CBSSports.com. This dude was a steady force for the Eagles from 2019 to 2022, racking up 204 tackles and 3 picks during their 2022 Super Bowl run. With Philly leaning on young safeties like Andrew Mukuba, Epps could be looking for a new home. Epps brings familiarity and reliability, qualities we need with Harrison Smith getting older. His 2022 season saw him play 1,092 snaps with a 65.3 PFF grade, solid for a back-end defender. Could he slide in next to Cameron Bynum and lock things down? Drop your take in the comments, because I'm curious what you all think. The clock's ticking, and the Vikings might pounce on Epps to shore up the secondary. NFL.com's Transaction Hub is the place to watch for any last-second signings. Stay locked in because this could be a game-changer for our defense. Back to the offense. Could we see a surprise move at tight end? SI.com mentions undrafted rookie Ben Yurosek making waves in camp, but the Johnny Moont role is still up for grabs. Nick Vannett's the veteran option, but a reunion with a former Viking like Irv Smith Jr. could spice things up. Smith, who had 36 catches for 266 yards in 2022, is a free agent after a quiet stint with the Chiefs. Smith knows O'Connell's system and could be a sneaky good pickup if Yurosek isn't ready. His 4.63 40-yard dash speed adds a dynamic element to our passing game. But is it worth taking a chance on a guy who's bounced around lately? Let me know your thoughts below. With TJ Hawkinson anchoring the tight end spot, a reliable number 2 could elevate our red zone attack. Keep an eye on Vikings Wire for any whispers about Smith or other free agents, because Kwesi loves a bargain. Let's zoom out for a second. Why are reunions so tempting? Familiarity breeds chemistry, and in a league where every snap counts, that's huge. Look at Carson Wentz, signed to back up J.J. McCarthy after Sam Howell got traded to Philly, per ESPN. Wentz knows high-pressure situations, with 93 career starts and 22,292 passing yards. Could he mentor our young QB while holding the fort? Wentz's arrival, paired with these reunion rumors, shows Kwesi's playing chess, not checkers. But here's the kicker. Are we leaning too much on nostalgia instead of building for the future? Drop your hot takes in the comments, because I'm torn. Is this the right move for our 2025 push? The bigger picture is clear. The Vikings are in win-now mode. With a tough schedule, Bears in Week 1, Falcons in Week 2, and Bengals in Week 3, per Vikings.com, we need veterans who can hit the ground running. These reunions could be the edge we need to compete in the NFC North. Speaking of the schedule, that Bengals matchup in Week 3 has me hyped. Facing Joe Burrow and Ja'Marr Chase at home? That's a statement game. If we snag Hilton or Epps, our secondary could feast. Burrow threw for 4,475 yards last season. Can our defense step up? What's your prediction for that game, Vikings Nation? The Vikings are 0-2 in recent trips to Cincinnati, losing both in overtime, per Vikings.com. A reunion with a guy like Hilton who knows the Bengals system could flip the script. Check NFL.com for any late-breaking roster moves, because this matchup might shape our early season. Let's talk about the fan base. You guys are the heartbeat of this team. These roster moves aren't just about X's and O's. They're about reigniting that Skull spirit. Picture KJ Osborne hauling in a clutch third-down catch or Cam Akers breaking a tackle for a first down. That's the stuff that gets US Bank Stadium rocking. What reunion are you most excited for? The rumor mill's still churning, and Vikings.com is the spot for the latest updates. Could we see a surprise signing before Week 1? Maybe a veteran like Stephon Gilmore, still a free agent per SI.com, to bolster the secondary? Drop your dream pickup in the comments. As we wrap this up, The 2025 season feels like a turning point. J.J. McCarthy's leading the charge, and these potential reunions could give him the support he needs to shine. With 14 wins projected by ESPN, the hype is real. But we need to know, are you feeling the nostalgia, or should we focus on new blood? Vikings Nation, this is our time. Let's keep the energy high and the Skol chants loud. Smash that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more Vikings news. Share this with your fellow fans, and let's get ready for Week 1. Skol Vikings!